The best opportunities to really make money have all come during periods of fear.
I think we're in this bottoming process.
S&P 500 at 4195 dating back to June of 2021. And that's the real test.
Fear is mounting. The VIX is capturing that. Investors are afraid to be in front of the freight train of higher rates. At the same time, we know that the PMIs have bottomed. There's a ton of cash on the sidelines. Earnings are recovering, and the Fed is that much closer to sort of reaching the end of its tightening cycle. When the selling ends, that recovery in markets could be very violent, higher, in the sense that the PE compression that we're seeing, I think, is excessive, and the pessimism is excessive. The economy actually is holding up really well. I think investors should just remember the best opportunities to really make money have all come during periods of fear, whether that was March 2023 or it was October 2022. It still makes sense to be constructive, but it does feel terrible out there. The long-term average of the 10-year is, I don't know, it's probably around 4.8. I mean, we're probably right there. Someone buys 10-year and says, I'll earn 4.8 or 5% forever. The average S&P nominal return is 8%, and actually after a drawdown like this, it's probably 10% a year. So someone could invest their money today in the S&P and earn double the return over the next decade, or they can earn half of that owning a treasury bond. I mean, I know if someone thinks 5% is competitive with equities, it's not even competitive with the long-term return of stock. So I don't know where yields are going to go. Since 1932, whenever you're at 4.8%, the average S&P PE is close to 19.5 times. I mean, there'd be multiple expansion coming in that range of yields. But if yields fall, then I think multiples go up. Of course, the TLT is a huge buy, but that would bring mortgage rates down. It would be a pretty big stimulus to the economy. The only risk is if rates go to 7. I don't know if they're going to go to 7, but that is not what I expect.
This very large move in yield, this influx of supply, what I'm really watching is in the broader S&P 500, which has been propped up by tech, is a large area of demand that we're reaching at 4195. That's dating back to June of 2021. And that's the real test. And that's lining up with so many other technical indicators like that rising 200 SMA. We're looking to get those yields at 5%. So we're just so close to those levels really of finding stabilization on either end with the headwinds of fiscal policy all around tech. And we're talking about structural economic growth and that narrative that the U.S. economy can hold higher rates for longer. Growth is created through increased productivity. We have higher labor market participation. We're at pre-pandemic levels, and that increased productivity we heard from earnings. And so that's where I do see the value and where we could absolutely see a strong amount of demand that will just come from the tech side through the end of the year.
I think we bottom in October. I think we bottom in October. We're in this bottoming process. We've been in a bottoming process for 6 weeks.
No. No, it's not, son.
Yes.
How can you say
it
it's a bottoming process when we're still clearly going lower? There's been no hammer. There's been no higher low. There's been nothing. This is not a bottoming process. We're going down.
Dude, we didn't take out the spring lows.
This is not a bottoming process.
What do you mean? Did we take out the spring lows?
This is not a bottoming process. Stocks are going lower. You're moving the goalposts. Stocks are not bottoming.
I'm saying they'll bottom
when they stop going down.
It's a bottoming
process. We agree on that? No. They will bottom when they stop going lower and not a minute before.
Don't bully me. It's a bottoming process is all I'm saying. If we take out spring lows, you would not be able to say it's a bottoming process. You would have to say, we haven't hit bottom yet. I think we bottom in October, and we're in the midst of a process by which we do so. Why is it so controversial?
Dude, a bottoming process is not, you can't just make it up and say this is a process. We close basically on the lows of the day. We're at multi-week. Bottoms are a process.